Was very excited because I never been so long without riding. So it was like almost 9 months without riding the bike, and honestly, I didn't expect it so much difficulties, no, to get adapted again to the high speeds and these feelings extremely fast. But you know, compared to yesterday, we improved a lot the lap time and the feelings, and I needed one day or 2 more days to be a little bit faster. But anyway, it was good. We worked well with the things that we needed to work. That was the gearbox especially and the choose of the tires. And I think now the team have a lot of information to start with a good base for the race.
You mentioned the gearbox work here at Portimao. Obviously, this is a new track for MotoGP, especially for everyone here this year. What exactly have you been working on with the gearbox, and how will that help Yamaha at the end of the year when we come racing?
Well, has been a long time till we discover a new track. I think the last one was Thailand, so it's always nice to discover new characteristics of corners. Honestly, this one is very special because there was not so much tracks with so much downhills and uphills like this. Looks like a little bit like a roller coaster or a thing similar to the Laguna Seca, Jarama tracks, very old style tracks, but very modern installations, very modern track itself, and we enjoy a lot. Has been difficult, especially the first 10 or 15 laps to understand all the points of the track, but when you get used to it, it's very funny, and I think we will see a nice race on the television.
And finally, you're on the 2019 Yamaha, not the 2021. How come you're on that 2019 Yamaha? Is there any specific reason?
Well, I think Yamaha try their best to bring here the 2020, but because the races were very close to the test, I think they needed a lot of spare parts for in case they break the bikes on the race weekend. So finally they decided not to bring here the 2020 bike, and I needed to accept that and work with the 2019. For sure, all bikes a little bit slower than the new one, but I think the information that they needed to know, now they have, no?
Hey, hi. Yes, quite impressive track because of the elevation that has, and it's actually it's non-stop moving. It's every corner is up or down, and there is no really flat spot. So this leads to many blind places. So for sure, the first day it's all about getting the feel, and when to lean and when not to lean, and also getting a little bit the speed, but for sure it takes more laps than normal, but it's quite impressive, honestly, quite impressive because the elevation is quite steep every time. The track itself is a little bit small for like a MotoGP because the corners are very tight, except the last corner and the straight, but the rest is very small. But okay, just getting the first going and trying to improve step by step.
From the first experience you've had with the KTM at this track, is there any particular point of it which you think the KTM is going to be really strong at come the race in November?
It's difficult to say. Honestly, it's difficult to say to answer your question. I don't know exactly how it will be, first of all, in November here, and we have today these conditions which are very good, but in November maybe it's cooler. We don't know what the tires will like, and we are testing some tires and trying to give the best feedback, but sure for the race they will have some changes, so it's hard to guess. And also we don't know the other competitors how they are going, but for sure is a track where, like I said, it's small, so then you need to have a good compromise between handling and stability.
Yeah, great. It was great to be back. Great to be back on the bike as well, because we've had a quite big gap and I didn't know if I could ride it anymore, but it's alright. So yeah, we had a great couple of days here, getting ready obviously for the weekend, the race here that will be coming soon, and yeah, it's been great to be back with the boys as well, and enjoy riding the bike.
Obviously, you're Suzuki's official test rider, so what have you been working towards today? Is it gathering data for the race later in the year, or are you looking at setting the bike up in a certain certain direction?
Yeah, we've done. I mean, there was two parts for us. Here was the gathering data bit, obviously because it's a new track for MotoGP. There is a lot to do with the electronics and chassis, and so we have been working on that. And then we've also been testing a few items as well, because development never stops. So yeah, it was good to be back in the saddle, and we've had some really positive experiences today and yesterday. So yeah.
And finally, the new components you talk about, are they for this season, like 2020, testing more for 2021? What direction are we looking at in the short term or long term?
Well, some of it could be introduced this year probably, and yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can give much more details. So yeah, I mean we work all the time, for like short, mid, and long term, and even though some of the components will be frozen for next year, there is still a wide range of development items that we can work on. So yeah, but the bike is in it's now very good. It works really well, and we keep working hard to try and improve find some marginal gains, and yeah, improve every little detail.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, first of all, they made a good job with the resurfacing, so the asphalt is in a good condition. I hope it's gonna stay for a while. But no, I was enjoying this 1.5 days here very much, because with the superbike I didn't have so many confidence in all the bike and in the track, but with the MotoGP bike I feel much more comfortable. I can enjoy this like roller coaster here much more. So I'm really happy, and everything went good so far for this 1.5 days, and we were working a lot with the bike.
What aspects of the bike were you working on? Was it like an evolution of this year's bike, or looking more towards 2021?
Well, actually, we were on the current bike. We had some evolutions, some small items that we're gonna try, or that we have tried for the future. But basically, we were just getting into in this track with the gearbox, with the tires, with the settings. So fundamental things. First of all, we wanted to get that the guys come here for the GP, that they are prepared in the best possible way, but we are very happy with this. So the bike seems to be competitive here. I hope that we're gonna start also bring this some parts to the next races where we can improve.
And finally, how competitive do you think the Honda will be at Portimao?
Yeah, my first impression is really good. So the bike is working fine with all the up and downs. I have a good feeling. But let's see, there is still some races before we come here for the season finale. So I think that the Honda are gonna be okay. Even if we are struggling a little bit this year, I think that we will find our way, and we'll come back to the top. And that's the target of Honda.
So it's a very beautiful track, but with MotoGP is my first time. MotoGP bike is very fast, a lot power, but it's difficult to use it in this track because it's up and down. But anyway, enjoy to riding with MotoGP in this track.
Have you been testing any new parts in this test at all, or have you been focusing mainly on just gathering data for the end of the year?
So it's difficult to test new parts, but because when I arrive for the first time in the new track, in general, work for take good gearbox to use the good gear in the corner and the base of setup of electronic and suspension. But anyway, I test some parts, but not for the improved lap time, only for the consistent and durability of bike.
And how do you think the Ducati will go at Portimao? A lot of people saying that the Ducati might have a little bit of a struggle first, but how do you see it?
I think it depends of a rider, no, because it's very important if the rider like the track, the layout of track, no. At the moment, I think the level of bike was very similar, and at the moment, I think it's possible to make the difference with if the rider like the track or no.
Yeah, it was incredible. I'm very happy to be here. The track is so nice. The new tarmac also is very nice, and with the MotoGP, the high speed is wonderful place and wonderful track. We have a lot of work to do. I'm ride only the second day. Yesterday ride the official rider Aleix and Bradley, but the track is very nice.
What have you been working on in the day or so? What parts have you been looking at? Is it a 2020 bike looking towards 2021? Can you tell us anything?
Yeah, we work for the future. We have some parts also for 2021, and also we need to make a lap in this new racetrack for know very well the situation.
And finally, the parts for 2021, what direction are you looking to be helping you in? What aspects of the Aprilia's characteristics are they looking to help?
But in general, we try some different part. Is not we are not focused only in one direction, and but the biggest things is try to take advances with the new parts.